There's been a lot of crazy stuff going on at Tropical Fish Co. recently, but most exciting is all the crazy new fish coming in. I mean, I'm sure they didn't get all these tanks to just not fill them with great fish. So let's take a look at some of the new arrivals from one of Tropical Fish Co.'s very first imports. From Asian rivers and streams comes the dwarf white spot spiny eel, a slender, secretive oddball that slips through the scape like a shadow. Pale spots run along a flexible, snake-like body that disappears into any piece of wood or rock with a crack big enough. They spend a lot of time with just their head out, watching the room like an underwater ferret. Once they trust you, they weave in and out of the decor while you work on the tank, and they love to come out for a bite to eat. Reticulated hillstream loaches are the poster child for river-style tanks. They come from cool, fast streams in Vietnam where they cling to rock faces and graze on whatever the current delivers. The pattern is a maze of lines and spots that looks hand-drawn. In the aquarium, they surf the current, glide across glass like little spaceships, and then pile on top of each other and in their favorite corner. Give them flow and rock, and they do the rest. This is an easy one to breed. Definitely a great starter loach. Banana platties are sunshine you can keep in water. Their wild ancestors come from Mexico, but this strain turns the brightness way up with bold yellow bodies and often contrasting fins. They spend their time grazing on surfaces, poking at decorations, and weaving through plants in little groups. They're social, busy, and impossible to ignore, especially when a few of them gather near the front of the glass looking like a bundle of moving fruit. Redeye red cauliflower swordtails look like someone turned the saturation knob all the way up. Solid red body, intense red eyes, and thick cauliflower fins give them a bold and almost surreal presence. They carry the river heritage of wild swordtails but show it off in a much fancier suit. In the aquarium, they love open swimming space, slow passes along the glass, and the occasional look at me moment when a male angles his body to show that sword just right. Red wag cauliflower saber-tail swordtails. Whew! This strain puts the fashion world of swordtails on full display. Deep red body, black wag pattern on the tail, cauliflower style finish, and an extended sword that makes the males look like underwater swordsmen. Wild swordtails come from streams in Mexico and Central America, where they cruise in the current, flashing their tails at rivals. These are fish that are always on parade, working the length of the aquarium and making sure that everyone sees that outrageous tail. Albino platinum guppies are all about clean, bright color. Pale eyes, shimmering white body, and a metallic sheen that catches every hint of light. They descend from fish that once lived in warm streams and ditches in South America, but now they are fully at home in glass boxes. They are curious little fluttering flags, moving in loose groups, checking every corner, and turning even a simple setup into something that looks curated. This tiny cory is all about subtleties. Diamond-tailed cories are one of the true nano catfish, coming from quiet South American backwaters choked with plants. They hover mid-water more than most cories, often hanging under leaves like a little squadron. The diamond patch in the tail and the sharp black spot on the side give them a refined, minimalist look. They are perfect for people who love watching small, delicate fish with a big group behavior. The red cherry tetra from the Mosul locality looks like it was built for blackwater dream tanks. Deep red body, dark eye stripe, and a subtle glow that really pops over the leaves and wood. In the wild, they weave around roots in slow Amazonian side channels. In your aquarium, they move as a tight little group, start and stop together, and bring this warm ember color that makes the whole tank feel richer. Red Devil hillstream loaches look like they stepped out of a fantasy movie. Warm red and orange tones spread across the body, especially when they settle in and claim a favorite rock. They come from high energy streams where light bounces off stones and water never really sits still. In your tank, they act like tiny dragon rays, flattening themselves against surfaces, guarding their spots, and flaring at neighbors who come too close to their favorite rock. Red neon blue eyes come from small, clear waters in New Guinea where sunlight cuts through in beams. The body is slim and glassy, the fins flare out with bright red, and the eyes glow electric blue. In the aquarium, they're constantly in dance mode, especially when males face off and flare their fins at each other. Grouping them over plants looks like a cloud of tiny tropical birds that forgot they were supposed to have wings. From fast, clear island streams in the Indo-Pacific, the flaming arrow goby. Males light up with red and blue in the fins and a bold, arrow-shaped body that looks built for speed. They cling to pebbles and rock faces, then rocket forward in short bursts, landing on the next perch like a tiny freshwater dartfish. In a river-style tank, they become little sentries, each claiming a stone and flaring at anyone who comes too close. Red-tailed garra are part miniature algae grazer, part underwater puppy. They hail from fast rocky streams in South and Southeast Asia where they cling to stones and graze in heavy current. In your tank, they scoot along grass and rock using that sucker mouth, then suddenly zip off to investigate anything new you might put in. That red tail flashes as they dash away. They quickly learn who feeds them and love to be right up front supervising your maintenance. Blue phantom plecos look like someone dropped a starry night sky into your aquarium. Deep blue body, scattered white spots, and a calm, unhurried way of moving. They come from rocky stretches of the Orinoco Basin where they wedge in the cracks and let the current do the work. In your tank, they lounge on driftwood or stone, shifting position with slow, deliberate movements. You do your thing, and the blue phantom pleco quietly makes the whole aquascape look more expensive. Golden striped hillstream loaches are tiny suction cup stingrays straight out of fast Borneo streams. Their bodies press flat against rock, while bright gold lines run across the back like little racing stripes. In nature they live where the current would blast most fish away, grazing on biofilm in constant flow. In a tank, they flutter across glass and stones, fanning their fins as if they were flying in slow motion. Get a group, and your rocks come alive. Electric blue body, metallic gold helmet, and way more personality than their size suggests. This gold head electric blue ram is a pure showpiece. They trace every contour of the bottom, carefully inspecting decorations like tiny quality control inspectors. In the wild, their cousins live in sunlit Orinoco floodplains, and you see that same sparkle when light hits their flanks. Put them in a warm, calm spot, and they turn into living neon signs cruising the front glass. This is the black ram, the moody artist of the ram world. A deep inky body sets off glowing blue spangles and red eyes that look unreal in person. They move with slow confidence, hovering, backing up, and tilting to one side when they really want to check something out. They trace their roots to the Orinoco Basin floodplains, but in your tank, they're all about claiming a little territory and flirting with a partner, looking way more expensive than they actually are. Cha-ching! The Blackberry silver dollar is a domesticated color form developed by breeders. The care and behavior follows the wild black bar silver dollar, which is native to the large river systems of South America. Wild fish occupy broad channels, floodplain lakes, and quiet margins with steady, warm water, submerged roots and wood, and seasonal access to fruiting trees. This species is an omnivore with a strong herbivorous bias. It grazes soft plant matter, young leaves, fruits, and seeds, and opportunistically takes small invertebrates when available. You'll want to offer them a varied menu with a heavy plant component, spirulina flakes, quality vegetable wafers, soft blanched greens such as zucchini, and round out the nutrition with a small portion of pellets. Heck, may as well split your salad with them while you're at it. Plan on a large footprint with open swimming space, a secure lid since startled fish can jump, and a tank 125 gallons or larger to be appropriate for a small school. Use smooth driftwood and rounded stones for cover, and most delicate plants will be eaten, but fast-growing stems and tough epiphytes on wood may persist if you keep them well fed. Choose companions that are similarly sized, calm, warm water tolerant, and avoid fin nippers. The platinum real longfin ricefish is native to East Asia, with wild populations across Japan and parts of the Korean peninsula, and China. It occupies calm, shallow waters such as rice paddies, irrigation channels, ponds, oxbow pools, and the quiet margins of streams. They show a bright silver metallic body that reflects light from every angle. The head and flakes have a mirror-like sheen, and the eye ring is often iridescent under good lighting. The real longfin trait expresses as a noticeably elongated dorsal, anal, and caudal fin with soft trailing edges that develop most strongly in well-fed adults. Males display slightly deeper color, slimmer bodies, and longer, more pointed fins. Females are rounder through the belly, especially when carrying eggs. In the wild, ricefish graze on small surface prey. Natural foods include insect larvae, tiny crustaceans, and other zooplankton. You can offer them a varied menu to support their growth and fin development with micro pellets, small flakes, or even rotate out live or frozen baby brine shrimp, Daphnia, and things like that. They're great, beautiful, and calm fish for a community tank or an outdoor pond. And that's just a few of the fish that have been hanging around Tropical Fish Co. recently. There's a lot more on the website at tropicalfishco.com where you can check out all the new arrivals as they come in, and you can even see some of the coming soon fish. And if there's anything coming up that you want to make sure you're the first to snag before it's gone, you can put your email in there and be the first to be notified when they're quarantined and fully healthy and ready to go out to your aquariums. But if you don't have an email and are somehow still able to watch this YouTube video, be sure to subscribe, keep an eye out, and we'll introduce you to the fish as they come in.